You sound crazy. Oh, they know.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is? 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga.
Pray what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let her hold the lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening, is it factive? If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jagger. Time war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get him crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on his Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them that you a bird feeder, claiming he a demon, was it to a cold leader? When he said something, I ain't hear. This shit light, it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring something from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and seize you, you'll never get that hand back. Bitch, about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think so that I the way I get that boy lost, they gon' stop to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on the demons like I'm Hellboy.
Dear Lord, I hope you hear my
Fuck it.
practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines, you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe, connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, state bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, we want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Lamping these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit.
I don't like it, then I'll switch. If I touch it, it's diamonds. A bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We head now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can head now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Oh.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. Get Simply Unlimited, our most affordable unlimited plan starting at just...
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, and this and that for life.
What's supposed to? I mean, how you see?
I'm on this for life, nigga. This a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a class for you, my nigga.
Ain't nobody checked in.
I checked it on 44 the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a crippling. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out. I tell you once. Don't pray for them. Send the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I didn't. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's sold out on. Either fold or salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. Know what it is, man. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. 144 to yeah. Yeah.
But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Build it, I can prove it. No one, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me, I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket.
Who got to blow these niggas out the water? He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, 4th quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. Bomb on the Pearl Harbor.
probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand, I sling the shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. Just get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody. That warfare, what you know about it? This ain't a rap, this a message. Ain't it will be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the entrance, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get to sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him running Serafina.
All right, Shalom Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the ISUPK Kaleem Wednesday law class. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and clap it up. You know, we should also, man, give the Lord a hand, man. You know what I'm saying? We should give the Lord a hand, you know what I mean, right now, because we have the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, at this time, you know what I'm saying, with everything that's going on in the world, to be able to teach the truth to our people, man. You understand? To be a light in the darkness, man. You understand? Because, you know, right now, the way things are going, the way they're heading, you know what I'm saying, there's no voices of righteousness, man, outside of the ISUPK, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? When we say it's ISUPK versus everybody, that's not a figurative statement. You understand what I'm saying? That's a literal and real statement. It's the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, against the world, man. That's right. You understand? We the last refuge, man, for the spirit of Christ, man. You understand? And what the forces in the world are trying to do is they're trying to kill the spirit of Christ inside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. So let's give the Lord a hand for Commander General Yohana, for ISUPK, you know what I'm saying? And for the law, you know what I'm saying? The law is the culture. It's the thing that gives our people the ability to be separate, man. And right. I think we take that for granted as a people. You know what I'm saying? The power to be separate from all this garbage out in the world, man.
Right.
You understand? And I want to go ahead and address something real quick, man. I mean, y'all see the title, and I'm definitely about to get into this, but I need to address this real fast. A sister in our zone had asked a question, you know what I'm saying, and I wasn't able to respond because I'm blocked on the book for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? For a comment that was addressing this very subject right here, I got blocked in the book, so I can't comment or respond. But she had posted and it was like an article, but it was from a satire site. You understand? And you know, she basically was asking the question. Well, let me read the title of the article first. Because to me, and the reason why I'm addressing this is because it lines up with what we're dealing with tonight. Okay. But the title of the article was Supreme Court Demands Apology from God for Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? And when I saw it, I linked on, I went into the link and I'm like, you know, this got to be a joke. You know what I'm saying? And it was a joke, you know what I'm saying? And the sister asked the question, you know what I mean? You know, basically she said, I believe the comments are bizarre. This is called a satire site. What's the point of a satire site? And so I'm gonna read the definition of satire. Okay, you got it? Okay, Most High Christ, go ahead.
The definition of satire:
the
use of humor, irony, exaggeration,
right,
or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices.
Right.
Particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues.
Exactly. That's exactly it, man. You understand? And so what that means is this: satire, you know what I'm saying, is basically it's a way to address something that is ridiculous and use humor to show how ridiculous it is, man. You understand? The title saying the Supreme Court demands an apology from God for Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know, and that sounds ridiculous, but that's the spirit that's in America right now, man. Right. You understand? The American government and our oppressor feel like they can put themselves in the seat of God, man. You understand? And through their laws, basically trump God's laws, man. You understand? But that's why the ISUPK is here, man. That's why, you know, these priests and prophets under Commander General Yohana are here to let you know that God's laws are for us, for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, is forever, man. It don't change, man. You understand? But the arrogance of our oppressor is not saying that this article was a real article. It was a joke. You understand? Because you have some people who see what the Supreme Court is doing, what Barack Obama did, this movement of the LGBTQ. You understand? And they put it above everything, and it's the arrogance of our enemies to say in their mind, man, God should apologize. You know what I'm saying, for being a homophobic and destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying, from those freedom loving people. You understand that? That's the joke, because it is a joke. But what's crazy is that things are becoming like the Twilight Zone, man. Things that are what we call jokes are becoming very, very real. Understand? And I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all something, man. And priest, I want you to get me Luke 16 and 15. But I want to play a video real quick for y'all, man, and to show you how insane. Because see, you probably felt like, because I don't know, I went back to go try to pull up the post, and I think you must have deleted it because you knew it wasn't real, and I wasn't able to respond maybe, and you thought like, well, let me go ahead and erase this. But I just couldn't do nothing because they got me banned for a couple of days. I'm doing this little time in, you know, Facebook jail. You know what I mean? It ain't that long. It's like, you know what I mean, it's a couple of days, you know what I mean, in the county, but whatever. So, but the thing is that you was in the spirit by posting that. You understand? Because the things that are ridiculous are becoming reality. Right. And I'm about to show you something that, to me and to any righteous individual, any person that loves the Most High, speaking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it should be completely ridiculous what we're about to see and watch. You understand? And then we're going to get into this thing, man. Salakia. Let me just give me 1 second. Y'all bear with me. All right. And this happened, what we're about to watch happened, let me see. It happened 2 weeks ago in Dallas, okay? Y'all check this out. And I'm gonna play it. I know I usually stop videos, but I ain't stopping this one, okay?
This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Mister's in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids dance with the performers. What came with it were protests outside.
You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children! Shut up! I live in this community. I have for several years.
Daisy says she first saw a poster for this event near where she lives.
I don't believe that I should be seeing signs advertising for children to be dancing on stage with men in thongs and in inappropriate clothing and makeup.
The organizers say today was a family-friendly event, safe environment separate from their normal operations. In a statement, they said, "We believe everyone should have a space to celebrate who they are. Mr. Mister's is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included."
I've been here like every night throughout the week.
AJ Cruz has worked at Mr. Mister's for about 2 years now. He said today's event allows people to express themselves.
There was a lot of people drinking today, so that would make it more kid-friendly just because there's so many people here. Everyone just came from all life and, you know, just enjoyed Pride.
Organizers said they've received threatening emails and phone calls from the protesters.
I do not in any way condone the behavior that these people are engaging in, but what drags me out here is it's kids now.
Dallas police said they went to the event and protest to assist with crowd control and cleared the scene once the event was over. In Dallas, I'm Jay Wallace.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. What you just saw just happened in Dallas 2 weeks ago. And there's so much to unpack, man, in this situation. The event was called Drag Your Kids Down to Drag Night. Right. That was the name of the event.
Tonight at 10 o'clock, a state representative from Central Florida wants to make it illegal if you...
Right. So this was the name of the event. Drag your kids to the Dallas drag show. And that's exactly what's happening, man. The culture of our oppressor is trying to drag our children, the Lord's holy people, man. You understand? And immerse them in this wicked culture, man. You understand? You got that Luke 16 and 15? Because see, according in our oppressors, they want to act like they care about, quote unquote, human rights, man. You understand? And that's the thing. The scriptures say that he will change the laws. You understand? He will change the laws, man. And the only law that you can that matters to anybody or anything is God's law, man. You understand? And he wants to take the things that are what God calls an abomination, and he wants it to be exalted in the eyes of man. You understand? With the video that y'all just saw, man, what parent would even take their kid to a bar or a club, period, with heterosexual adults, man? You understand? Like, to show you how much the deception is going into the minds of our people. You saw in the video that was a young heterosexual couple with their kids. That was a black man sitting on a bar stool while men dressed as women. Give me that too. A man shall not wear that which pertains to a woman. Men dressed as women wearing thongs and fishnets, and you have toddlers, pre-K children, elementary school children in a bar where men dressed as women are dancing in a salacious manner and then taking money for their dancing, like it's a semi-strip club. Right. What are you getting your kids prepared for? What was in the mind of that father and mother to bring their infants or their toddlers down to that bar for that? You understand? From the old to the young, man. Right. From the old to the young, man. And what we don't understand is this is the sign of the times, man. You understand? Look, man. Listen, let's get into it, man. Go ahead and give me that precept, man. No, the one about because this is the law class. So we're gonna see what the law got to say. Look, well, actually, let me know when you got the one about the man wearing that which pertains to women. But give me that Luke first. You got both? Okay, give me the Luke first. The water, priest.
You said Luke 16,
15. Damn right.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto them in red, ye are they which justify yourselves before men. Right.
They justify this LGBTQ cause before men under the guise or under the umbrella of freedom of sexual orientation or a a human rights idea. You understand? So you're able to justify yourselves before men. Why? Because men, if a man makes himself the authority, then anything goes. You understand? But go ahead, keep reading.
But the Most High knoweth your heart.
The Most High knows your mind, that you're a wicked bastard. Right. You understand that you're an evil people, man. And evil people who don't care about righteousness, man. Let me tell you something. What you saw in that Dallas bar, and I got some more stuff. That's the tip of the iceberg. You understand? What you saw in that Dallas bar is the same spirit that caused Salvador Ramos Jr. to go into that school, into Ross Elementary, and shoot those children up, man.
Right.
That was the same thing. Them bringing their kids to that Dallas bar was the same thing as Salvador Ramos taking an AR-15 and shooting up all those children in that classroom, man. It's the same spirit. It's a spirit that wants to hunt and murder children. Because like we all know, man, why? Think about this. Why is it so important for homosexuals to want to convey their message to the children for?
Right.
Children by nature are accepting, right? Non-judgmental, man, right? We have to teach our children the values that they carry on as adults. Like the scriptures say, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. This LGBTQ movement is trying to replace parents from being parents, man. The spirit of this sodomy is trying to invade our children. Why? Because how homosexuals cannot replace their numbers. Right. Lesbians can't replace their numbers, man. They need new recruits. And the only way for their poison, for that parasite to spread, is to spread it into the minds of the youth, man. Right. You understand? Because the scriptures, you know what I mean, already let you know how life, you know what I mean, the scriptures, life lets you know how life is reproduced. The water priest. You know what I'm saying? Life lets you know that. And they know they can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? They're pushing an agenda that actually destroys human life. Because if everybody believed in their culture and took on their lifestyle, you know what I mean, people would cease to exist. You know what I mean? It's the concept is suicidal or genocidal.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is why the Lord called us to be separate, man. Keep reading.
Oh God. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Read it again.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
These things that man esteems, abortion, you know what I'm saying? LGBTQ rights, it's an abomination to God, man.
Right.
You understand? It's something that disgusts the Lord, man. And it should disgust you. It should disgust you, man. That children are being exposed to such a filthy and disgusting way of life, man. What moral value do you have in showing a child a man dressed as a woman? Give me that in or whatever you holding. Is that in Leviticus or Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy.
Oh yeah, give me that, priest.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Good night, man. You understand? Listen, that's self-explanatory. Read it again.
Come God. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
They're what?
Unto the Lord.
Go ahead. Yep.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
That's right, man. All that do are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Let me find this video, man. I gotta find this particular video because this right here, listen. I told you I wasn't done yet. Okay, hold on. Let me get this, man. Told you I wasn't done yet. Let me get this, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Cut. All right, look, bring it. So you've been working
Y'all
at the
bear
same
with
job
me.
for like 22 years, right? You're just not feeling it anymore. So you retire, and that's when it hits you. Maybe
Gas prices. We ain't got no
was
YouTube
a
premium.
vacation. Let's go.
You know what I mean?
The Heights Public Library today debuting Children's Story Hour called Drag Queen Story Time.
Stephanie Whitfield sat in on the program designed to promote.
Why is the volume so low?
Good morning, everybody!
The Heights Library had a special guest for story time.
Oh my goodness. Everyone is dressed so nice. I wish I would have worn a nice costume for y'all.
Visitor who usually performs for an older audience.
Right. My name is Blackberry. I'm a bearded drag queen. That means I'm a lady with lots of facial hair.
Okay, I gotta pause on this, man. Y'all saw that? He's, and I'm about to show you something else that's so filthy and disgusting about this, man. He said, I'm a bearded drag queen. Listen, man. This is how you know that we're in Babylon. The word Babylon comes from the root word Babel, which means confusion, man. You understand? You're setting confusion before these children, man, and asking them to process this confusion, this madness. You're trying to get them acquainted with things that are abominable, man. Abominations, man. A man with a beard with long hair in a yellow dress with fishnets on and heels, man. You understand? Named Blackberry. It's disgusting. Priest, go ahead.
Look, why don't we have a stripper hour? You know, strippers have been marginalized and they have been trampled upon in society, and they really need to be uplifted. Strippers named Blackberry and Diamond are just as down bad as this drag queen right here.
Right.
Why aren't strippers allowed to teach my children?
Right.
Why aren't strippers allowed to come down in their uniforms and teach my child Dr. Seuss, read Dr. Seuss to them?
Man, give him a hand, man. Give him a hand, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And if you are wondering in your mind, why aren't strippers allowed to do that? You obviously are a Democrat. You're a Democrat.
I mean,
and it's not even political.
Right.
It's really logical. It's just logical. You don't want, like this priest said, you don't want to give your child a poor early impression. Whatever your child experiences early on in life, that will become who he or she is in life.
Right.
And that's what it is. And that's why these drag queens are fighting to see your children.
I'm about to and listen, man. Give him a hand, man, please. Because and just to add to the priest's point, I'm gonna take it further. Why are we prosecuting these teachers in their 20s for having sex with their students?
Good night, right?
With the high school students. Why are we prosecuting them for giving these young men oral sex or bringing them back to their house to have sex when we're bringing toddlers? First of all, listen, man. When I was in school, when we had to go through sex education, we had to get permission from our parents to even deal with the subject of sex from a biological and scientific standpoint.
Right.
But we're exposing children to library time and drag queen reading time to toddlers who may not even know their ABCs yet,
no signal,
their colors, the names of their animals yet.
Right.
And we're exposing this to them. And you have parents who are adults whose job is to protect their children, bringing them, taking them in, putting them into the zoo, man, putting them into the cage with these goddamn animals, man. Salakia, man. Let me play the rest of this, man. All right.
A visitor who usually performs for an older audience.
My name is Blackberry. I'm a bearded drag queen. That means lady with lots of facial hair. Do you want to touch my hair? No.
This program is geared towards kids 10 years old and younger.
I just want to expose them to things I don't get to see every day and want it to become the more normal and more accepted.
They've never seen a drag queen before, so I thought it was a good chance to see one.
But let's turn around and shake your butt. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them.
It was a first for this branch of the public library.
Oh, I gotta pause this, man. I'm sorry. This grown man in front of children in a dress with the dress up under his salakia turned around. Where in civilized society would we allow this? Would we allow a regular man to do this? To go in front of children and shake their groin or their behind in front of children, but because they put on a dress, is validated? Please read me the second half of that, Luke 16:15 again, man. A man putting on a dress and dressing like a woman is an abomination to the Most High, man.
Right.
But in this world, under our oppressor, we esteem it. Go ahead, man.
For that which is highly esteemed amongst men is abomination in the sight of God.
It's an abomination in the sight of God, man. And it's an abomination in the sight of his holy prophets and priests, man.
Right.
You understand? And the men of the ISUPK and the Command General Yohana, man. You understand? The scriptures say, who will rise up against the evildoers, man? For me. You understand? We are.
Damn right.
We're the last bastion of hope, man, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who desire to see a righteous kingdom, man.
Right.
I'm going to play the rest of this, man. And listen. Listen, man. Salakia.
It's like if I could.
Go ahead, priest.
Salakia. It's just so heavy what both of y'all just brought out because just equating the whole LGBTQ movement with
right.
the whole, like they'll allow that in schools and in front of children, but they won't allow strippers to come and teach your children. Right before you played the video, they said this drag queen usually performs for a much older crowd.
Right.
What do you think his day job is? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. It's like
it's heavy, Carvazar, because also in the last video you saw the sodomite that was talking about. Well, today we didn't do as much drinking, so it makes for a much more family environment. Which means they had their kids around with alcohol and drunk and heavy drinking with this activity, man. It's utterly ridiculous. You would think it's satire. You would think it's a joke. It's an exaggerated, humorous reality. But the fact is that the things that nightmares are made of are becoming a living daymare every single day, man. Right. And I gotta say something too, man. To my sisters, all right. I'm talking to Black, Hispanic, Native Indian women, and I'm not saying all of y'all, but it's a large majority, man. You know, I had a conversation today with somebody, man. You know, when Davion was young and he wanted to hang out with y'all and do hopscotch while the boys was playing basketball and football, right? And we would get on Devontae or Davion about having those effeminate ways. And we'd make fun of them. We're like, hey man, start like a girl. And a lot of y'all aunties, a lot of y'all cousins, female cousins, y'all would go and take Davion or Devontae and protect him, man. And so y'all leave him alone. Come with us, Davion. Come do some double dutch with us. And y'all try to protect and nurture him because you felt like he was a victim. And you wanted him to feel comfortable. You understand? And because of that, now Davion has gone to saying, well, I'm a woman. I want to be a woman. And now you have television shows where they're having debates about what a woman is. Because you befriended the very demon that wants to kill and replace you.
Right.
Because really that transgender homosexual demon, it's a proud and arrogant and wicked spirit. Right. And you feel like you are being liberal or open-minded by considering the emotions and feelings of this man. It comes down to the fact that we don't respect what God said, man.
Right.
We don't respect what God said, man. You understand? We're more concerned about our emotions and the emotions of so-called damaged people. These people have an illness, a sickness, man, and they need treatment. They need help. They need spiritual help. Christ said that it's the sick who need a physician.
Right.
That he didn't come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance, man. But when we start saying that what the Bible calls sin is not sin, it's a lifestyle choice. For Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, there is no lifestyle choice. The Lord said, I set before you life and death. Choose life. We don't have a choice. We have the curses, captivity, our children being shot dead in the street by police, mass shootings, child molestation. To be inclusive, to be in a pluralistic society, we're the ones suffering and dying. We have to go back to what the Lord said, man.
Right.
So I get priest. Give me Leviticus 18, man. Because this is the law class, and we're gonna keep it lawful. Because you have to understand something, man. It's only two spirits in the world, man. It's the spirit of Christ, the spirit of the Most High, and the spirit of the world, man. The spirit of Satan, man.
Right.
That's it. You trying to open your mind and explore these different ideas and concepts. If it ain't out these scriptures, it ain't out the Bible, you better leave it alone.
That's right.
You better leave it alone, man. Because what the Lord is about, listen, the Lord will give you what you want, man. He'll give you what you want. He said, narrow is the path that leads to life. And it's few that find it. Why? Because everybody wants to include something else outside of what the Lord said, man. They want to add to what the Lord said, or put a spin on it, or philosophize about it.
Right.
You understand? Priest, Leviticus 18, chapter 1, verse 4. First, we're going to see the law, who the Lord was talking to. Okay? Go ahead, priest.
Like you said, Leviticus 18.
Chapter 18, verse 1 through 4.
Okay, come. The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto who?
The children of Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. He ain't speaking to the white man because the white man is a profane beast.
Right.
He's a profane bastard, man. The oppressor is a profane bastard, man. It's his nature to do these things. But what we saw was a black man taking on the spirit of his oppressor, man. That was the result. Not a warrior, but a grown man with a full beard in a dress. Confusion. And we know that the Lord is not the author of confusion, man.
Right.
You understand? Your oppressor is. And if you want to remain with a clear mind and a clear head, then you better meditate on the Lord's law day and night, man.
Right.
This is not about when the scriptures say that blessed is the man, you know what I'm saying, that meditates on his law day and night, so he'll prosper. This prosperity is not talking about money. This is not talking about being in the upper echelons of society and having a lot of money. This is talking about prospering your soul, man. Being able to choose life over death, man. Keep reading.
Come. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. Verse 3, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do.
Listen, you blackity blacks, you know what I'm saying? You want to be Dr. Umar's, and
right.
you want to praise this Kemetic way of living, and call yourself an African. The Lord is calling Africans gay.
That's right.
Right. He's saying they're gay. Gay. You know what I mean? On his back, doing an arch sit-up with his rod pointing to his mouth, man.
Right.
Swallowing his own seed, man.
Right.
That's a gay spirit.
That's right.
Listen, this transgender stuff, it's all homosexuality. A man dressing like a woman, a man's supposed to be attracted to a woman. So what's really going on psychologically is a man is trying to make himself attractive to himself because he really wants to have sex with himself, man.
Right.
It's a twisted, disgusting psychosis, man.
He doesn't like himself. Trying to be his mother.
He's trying to be a man and a woman.
Right.
Self-love.
Right.
Good night.
Joanna man. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Joanna man.
Good night.
It's filthy and disgusting, man. Is there any more on that?
Come.
Go ahead.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
The lands of what?
The land of Egypt,
wherein
ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
And this is how we know, man. You know what I'm saying? I really need somebody else to read as well, man, because I need to pull out a couple of scriptures, man. Somebody give me, if you could, priest, give me Revelations 11 and 8. Because we dwelt in the land of Egypt. We were slaves there. And we were slaves here in America. You understand? And this is the key right here. Read it again, Caucasar. What it said?
Gonna come.
According to the what?
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
The Lord is about to give a list of things that, listen, for you to be a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, the Lord gives you laws about how you can have sex. Yeah, that's our power. That's the God of Israel. He dictates what's food and what's not food, who you can have sex with, who you can marry, who you cannot marry and have sex with, and the manner of sex that you can have, man. You understand? He governs every aspect of our life, man, to make us separate, to make us holy, to prepare our people for rulership, man. How are we going to be the rulers of the earth operating like these filthy heathens, man?
Right.
Who can't even lead their own children correctly. You saw them white women up in there talking about they wanted to show expose their kids to what they hadn't seen before. I thought the job of a parent was to not expose their children to things that would harm them.
Right.
Now being a parent is putting your child in harm's way. And we're supposed to imitate their culture, have love for them. This is why the Lord said for us to make no covenants with these nations, man. Because you can't have this. The scriptures say, how can two walk together unless they be in agreement? We are in this world, but we are not of this world, man. You understand? We may live in America, but we don't agree with America. We don't give a goddamn if you're a Democrat, Republican, a Federalist, a goddamn independent, you know what I'm saying, left wing, right wing. We still getting dunked on by the same bird, man.
Right.
You understand? We ain't choosing no sides, man. We're choosing the Lord, man. As for me and my house, man.
Right.
We're going to serve the Lord, man. We're going to raise our children up to fear God, and we're going to protect our women and protect our children, man. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to bring our kids to the demons and hand them over to the demons, man. And you Black pastors, man, in the Christian church, you've contributed to this, man. Right. Because just like how some of our sisters wanted to protect and to nurture that effeminate spirit, which grew into this, you in the Christian church, now you help to foster and to create the environment for this homosexuality to thrive. Tyler Perry could not have done what he had done unless he had a space in the Christian church, man. Right. To perform those abominable practices before our people and make it satire, to make it humorous. See the things that we take. Hey, what they say? They say the truth is wrapped up in a joke, right? Somebody's joking, and they say something as a joke, but deep down, it's how they really feel, right?
Right.
And the things we're laughing at, we should be spiritually, in the name of the Lord, condemning it, man.
Right.
Saying what the Lord has to say about it, instead of joking and laughing about it. Right. At first, it was cute when Devontae was walking like this. Look at Devontae. He dancing like us. And now you're saying where are all the good men at? Most of them locked up, or half of them is gay. Well, you was friends with with Charles. You was friends with Davion. He helped you pick out your outfit for the club. Oh, I can get undressed around him. I feel safe around him. I can be in my bra and panties around him. You contributed to your own destruction, to the demise of your own people, man. And you Black pastors did the same thing. You molested these young boys, and you put them up as choir leaders, worship leaders in front of the people, man. It made it seem normal, man. Because there was a time when our people, we abstained from all manner of this of this kind of lifestyle, and now it's seeped into our culture now, and now the old and the young, man.
Right.
Are calling what the Lord calls sin an alternative lifestyle, an option. Keep reading, priest.
Come. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do.
Canaan, man, keep reading.
Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Verse 4, ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinance.
Keep whose?
mine ordinances.
Well, I mean, you know, you got to follow the laws of the land.
Ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinances.
Man, you in the spirit, priest. The water. Yeah, man. We gotta obey what the government says. The government says they have a right to get married. So now, don't slap you, priest, to interrupt you. That's my fault, priest. So now, you know, it's funny when you're marrying a tree. It's funny when you're marrying a goddamn a German Shepherd. That's funny. Or it's funny when you're marrying yourself. Or I've seen this one female devil, white woman. She married a plane, an airplane. That's satire. It's funny, something to laugh at, right? That's the problem, man. We don't take things seriously. Right. And because we haven't taken things seriously, now the war is at our front door.
Right.
Like the men of Sodom were at the door of Lot. And now they're banging. Let me in. Don't hide your women. Don't hide your kids. Bring me your kids. We don't want your women. All right? Hide your women, hide your kids.
Right.
Don't tell that. That was funny to y'all. Now that spirit is seeking to invade your home and take your children, like that character It.
Right.
You know, a man in makeup, a clown.
Right.
Right? All this gender fluidity, man. Where we can't we can't tell what from what. Keep reading, priest.
Come. Ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinances to walk therein. I am the Lord your God.
That's verse 4?
Come.
All right. Drop down to 22. And since you're right, and it's heavy what you're saying, replacement theory.
Yep.
That's a fact. Replacement theory. They want to replace you.
Right.
You understand? This is why it's so important for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and women to love each other, man. We listen, man. We gotta have each other's backs, man. You understand? We have to come into this truth and learn to love each other and endure and be patient with each other, man, because we are at war. We don't have time to be, well, I mean, is you gonna do this or the man, is you gonna do that? We got listen, we have to be in love and love each other, man, and be fruitful and multiply. I'm gonna say that. We need to be fruitful and multiply. We need to bring our people back here. Bring the priests and prophets back here. Bring the princesses back here and raise them in this truth, man. Because listen, the end of the world is Esau, man. This white man's world is collapsing and crumbling as we speak, man. And the judgment of the Lord is coming upon this on America and upon this world, man. You understand? And we're gonna get into these scriptures. Salaki, 22. Go ahead.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
Say it again.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
The Lord sanctioned for a man to be able to have sex with a woman, to enjoy it. Sex is nothing to be ashamed of. The scriptures say that the marriage bed is undefiled. There's nothing to be ashamed of when it comes between a man and woman that are of a rightful age, a mature age, and as in our culture, go through the process of going before the men of the Lord to approve. You understand the marriage between a young woman and a young man, who understand these laws and understand our culture, man. But now you have the white man trying to redefine what marriage is, redefine what sex is, man. The Lord taught us what sex is not in Leviticus 18. You get a chance, you read that chapter. You understand? All the unlawful practices that were done in Egypt and in Canaan. In fact, go up to on Leviticus, go up to verse 5. I think it speaks on. No, you good. Read 22 again. It's further down in the chapter. Salaki.
Come. Verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
Right. The Lord said to lay with the man is not what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are supposed to do. Salaki, priest, I can see you. Go ahead.
Salaki. And what this is a greater distance we are being distanced further and further away from morality, further and further away from what relationships and sex should actually be.
Right.
We're getting closer to bestiality and getting further away to healthy households.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. When you battle against these scriptures, when you wrestle with these scriptures, you wrestle against what God laid out for men to do.
Right.
It's like going against your nature.
Right.
It's like going against what you're built to do.
Yeah, right.
From your toes to the top of your head, man. We are literally being the opposites of our-selves. It's like you know how like you got Superman and then you got that other cat Zod or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got the black Superman or whatever. That's what we have become when we let in these other cultural ideals, these other things that aren't even a part of what was naturally built for human beings to do.
Right.
This is science.
Right.
This is studyable. This is a trend that co-aligns with your biology, man.
Thanks.
It co-aligns with your biology.
Thanks.
What are you to go against nature? Aren't you upset when people pollute the ocean with oil? Aren't you upset when people burn down rainforests?
No, we're not upset because we go buy bottled water and they're getting out the same place that you get the water from your faucet from. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
But see, what the ISUPK is, we're the filter on the faucet.
Right.
We're that Brita filter, man, with the charcoal. You know what I'm saying? That runs through that cycle, man, to filter out. Because guess what? You don't have to protect yourself and equip yourself, man. And what the priest brought out was heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? What that priest brought out was heavy. He said that we're like Superman. We're like Superman on earth. You understand? The Lord said that we're above all nations. You understand? But we're walking around here trying to conform to this world, and now we're in a suit with glasses, acting like we're weak. You understand? We want to hide who we really are, man. You understand? When we're destined to be the rulers of this planet, if we keep the very thing that would make us rulers, which is the laws of God, man. Priest, drop down to verse 24 and 25 and read that.
Book of Leviticus chapter 18, verse 24.
Right.
Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things.
Do what?
Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things.
And we already established that he was talking to the children of Israel when he said these things. This is not, he don't care about the Chinese, the African. You understand? The white man. Now, in a way, this is a good thing. If we gather ourselves together, and we show honor to what the Lord gave us, the covenant, the agreement, the culture, the laws that he gave us, we are gonna increase and they are gonna decrease. And it's gonna make this transition of power, this changing of the guard, a smooth transition. Because while they're living out their wickedness, we're increasing in righteousness, man. You understand? By just doing like the priest said, what comes natural? It's natural for a black man to love a black woman. It's natural. You understand? It's natural for a black woman to love a black man. It's natural. It's natural for a Hispanic and Native Indian woman to love a Hispanic and Native Indian man, man. It's natural. And in that is power, man. You understand? The scriptures say that the kingdom of God is within. The kingdom of God is God's power structure. The Most High over Christ, Christ over man, and man over the woman, and the woman over the children, man. If we maintain that order and show respect to what the Lord has given us, man, then we're going to watch all these nations crumble and collapse. Like 9/11, how them buildings fell, and we'll be left standing. But you can't stand if you don't have no morality. You can't stand if you don't have no principles, man. You can't stand if you disregard the law. Keep reading.
Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things.
Right.
For in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you.
Which who?
Which I cast out before you.
The Lord wants to cast out these nations before us, man. The Lord sees this wickedness and he wants us to be in charge. He wants to remove them from power, man. But this is how we got into this condition, because we saw what they were doing and thought it was okay. We thought we were being liberal, open-minded. You're not, listen, you opening your legs, sister, for a woman to go and eat your box. That's not open-mindedness. That's wickedness, man. You understand? Nothing can come out of that but your own pleasure. See, the thing is this. The Lord knows the balance, man. Men and women together have pleasure, but they produce life. And they have to rely on each other and work together to raise that child, to raise more children, to have more children, to extend that family tree and that family line, man. See, with that pleasure comes responsibility. With you being a lesbian comes, excessive domestic violence. You understand? And carpet burn and rug burn, Salakia. You understand? You know, that half the time you're it's so deep, because now, you got the studs, and they call them studs in the femmes. You know, that's us participating in this gender fluidity, man. Where you have a woman putting on a plastic rod trying to imitate a man. Just get a man. Well, men don't know how to love me. They don't understand me. They don't listen. She not listening either. Right. She's acting like a man, because when y'all out in public, she's looking at me like this is my woman. She's acting like she want to. Listen, I'm looking at you. You know what's so heavy? We be out there and the studs is looking at us like, why you staring at my girl? And I'm looking at the stud like, I ain't staring at her. I'm staring at you with all that wagon that you carrying behind there in them jeans. I'm looking at you too. Right. I ain't just staring at her. I'm staring at you too, because you're a woman too. It's confusion. Salakia. Yo, I'm not gonna say that, sis. You wilding. I ain't gonna say that, but I feel you though. Good night. Woo, Salakia. Was there any more on that? 24, 25?
A little bit, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it.
Right. America is being defiled, man. America is being defiled with this wickedness, man. And the Lord is going to visit the iniquity of this land upon the inhabitants, man, of what spiritually is called Babylon. Hey, priest, give me Revelations 11 and 8. Because this is what I wanted to bring out earlier. You understand? Is that we're living in Babylon. You understand? Yeah. This is a physical country, but spiritually, the Lord sees things spiritually. And there's nothing new under the sun. So he relates the condition of our oppressors to our previous oppressors. Go ahead and bring that out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Of the great city. The great city is the city that is like what you like in every state you have a capital. You know what I mean? Austin is the capital of Texas. You understand? DC is the capital of the United States. But what this great city is the capital of the world. This is why America is called the leader of the free world. You understand? This is saying that this great city is who influences the planet. Read again from the top.
Okay. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Right.
Which spiritually is called Sodom.
Spiritually called what?
Called Sodom.
That's heavy. Go ahead.
And Egypt.
And Egypt. Now, if we do a little bit of deduction, right, and breaking this down, how this is another cut to people who say that the lives of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are not found in the scripture. What was Egypt known for? You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna do a little bit of dang, sorry, okay, no sweat. We're gonna do a little bit of class right now. What was Egypt known for? In regards to the Israelites, what was Egypt known for? Is real quick in the chat. My officers already know they got their swords ready. But for y'all in the chat, what was Egypt known for? I'm gonna give y'all a second because I'm not in a rush tonight. If you're an officer in the chat, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. That's it. Go ahead. All right, I'm gonna wait for another answer, but sis, you're correct. You're correct. Anybody else? That's right. That's right, Warrior. That's right. Thank you. And I appreciate the y'all participation. You understand? Slavery. In terms of what Egypt was known for in regards to the Israelites was captivity, was slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's right, sis. Keeping us in captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys are all correct. All right. And shout out to the young man, to the warrior, man. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Having us in slavery. Now, what was America known for in relation to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man? The same thing. Having us in slavery, man. Our oppression, man. You understand? Now, it says it was spiritually called Egypt and Sodom. Well, what was Sodom known for, man? I mean, I guess I'm giving y'all the answer because it's in the word, right? You know what I mean? But I still want to see some answers in the chat. What was Sodom and Gomorrah known for? Why did God judge Sodom and Gomorrah? For what? Homosexuality, man. The officer's cheating because he's right here, but he put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That's right, sis. Abominations. Because you know what? It wasn't just homosexuality, man. Because you got to think, man. In Sodom and Gomorrah, when it said from the old to the young, that means that those old men were raping young men and turning them into predators, into sexual predators. That's rape. That's child molestation. And I'm sure there was every other abomination up in there, man. It had gotten to the point to where Lot offered up his daughters to protect the angels, and they didn't want the girls. They wanted the men of the Lord to know them. We're gonna get into that, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that. It's straight wickedness, man. You understand? And this is how we know that we're coming to the end. Because for people to say that homosexuality is not an attack on children with what you just saw, the videos I just played, and I'm about to play something else in a second. You know what I mean? There should be no hesitation or doubt that the spirit of Sodom, the spirit of homosexuality is a demon that wants to consume children, man. The minds of children, the innocence of children. And if you say that you love God, you can't love everybody, man. Right. You have to hate what God hates, man. Right. You understand? You have to have a perfect hatred, man. A hatred that is balanced in righteousness, man. We're not hating for the sake of hating. We're hating because God said for us it's an abomination. You wouldn't serve a plate of boo-boo to your kids. You wouldn't give them a cup of urine to drink for dinner. Right. So why would you set this lifestyle before your children to digest, man? As food for thought. You understand? This is what Eve brought Adam. You understand? The knowledge of evil. All right. Salakia. Is there any more on that? 27, 28? Any more on that? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot you was holding 11 to 8. Is there any more on that? Just read it one more time, man. I want to get on that first part a little bit too. Just read the whole verse again, yeah. Revelations 11 and 8. Salakia, priest.
Book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Their dead bodies, man. The dead bodies is talking about the two witnesses, man, which is the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, man. You understand? Our people are lying dead in the streets, in the ways of this city, man. Because we've taken on their ways, we're dead. We're not living. In the book of Ezekiel, when the Lord showed him that valley of dry bones and dead bones, the Lord asked, can these dry bones live? And Ezekiel said, Lord, only you know. And he said, prophesy to the winds, man. You understand? And that breath of life came into those bones, and it said that they stood up. They stood up. They were standing up as an exceedingly great army. Do you know why that this spirit of sodomy is coming after our children? Because they don't want to see an army within their walls, man, rise up. Because they know if an army stands up, that their time is up. You understand? Because you can't fight if you're dead. If you're dead to the Lord and you don't have the Lord's protection, you can't fight. That's why the ISUPK, and we need to give the Lord a hand for Commander General Yohana, man. You understand? That's why the ISUPK is so vital and so critical, because we are breathing the breath of life back into the dead, man. We are raising the dead, man. You understand? We're raising the dead by giving our people morality, by giving our people righteousness, by giving our people their culture back, man. That's what we're doing. By making our women princesses again, man, delicate again, soft, having the ability to have trust in their Lord, in their man, in men in general. You understand? Through the structure of the ISUPK, which is of the Lord, man. Because if you are not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth, man. Right. You are not in the truth. Right. We are protecting our people who come up under this banner, man, from the spirit of the world, which would leave you dead, lying in the streets, where you see our people all day long, man. You understand? Either shot down by the police, you understand? Shot down, serving in the beast military, in our oppressors' military, dead in the streets and the canals of our women, in the abortion clinics, killing our soldiers in the womb before they're even born. We're at war, man. We're at war, which is why we have to gather ourselves together, circle up. You understand? And hey, man, fighting stance. You know, fighting stance, man. You know, and get ready for that Akkad Shanya. All right. You understand? Salakia. All right. I have another video. Because listen, man, you know, it gets heavier, man. And see, we're suffering this in the land of strangers, in the land of our oppressor, man. You understand? But the ill part is this is going on in our homeland. All right. Now let me show y'all something real quick, man. Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. Show y'all this madness. 1 second. I'll show y'all 2 more videos. Let me find this, man. Let me use this real quick. Is there okay, never mind. Salak. Where is this at? Where is this at? I'm gonna have to type this mug in if I don't see it. It's a particular one I want y'all to see, man. You know what I mean? Because this it gets deep. It gets deep.
If I could, like,
go ahead, Priest. Yeah, please. Yeah, come over here, man. I can hear you, bro.
I was, nowadays, you know how they make movies for, like, they're gonna have some sexuality in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, homosexuality in there.
Right.
I just seen a movie recently that it's nothing but homosexuals.
Right.
Nothing but it. It's getting crazy. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? This is you know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about. Right.
No, continue, man.
No, that was what I'm saying. Like, the movie is about, this guy looking for his dream guy and stuff. Like, everybody on that movie is homosexual. That's how crazy the world is getting now. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no little bits and pieces in the movie of homosexuality. Now it's everybody.
Man, I'm seeing it in the commercials, man.
Right.
I saw a car commercial, and they had a black man and a white man kissing in between the commercial. I'm just like, yo, like, what's really good? You know what I'm saying? What's really good? You know what I mean? Hold on. Gotta type this mug in. 7. Let me see. Bam. I think this is it. Now, hold on. Let me make sure y'all can see what I see. All right. Now, what I'm about to show y'all, I'm going to show y'all 2 videos, okay? This first one is a gay parade in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is in Israel, okay? Now, because of the time constraints, I can't go and show y'all the map, which I wanted to do that to be able to let you see where everything is located at. But Tel Aviv is in biblical times, the city was called Jaffa. It was a Canaanite city. And you saw how the priest read that you were not to do the ways of Canaan. And it's so deep how spiritual everything is, man. You dig what I'm saying? Because, and I'm gonna get too heavy into it, but even when you deal with the subject of Adam and Eve in the garden, right? We know that Adam and Eve were not the only 2 people in the garden, and that the serpent was a man. Now he had the spirit of the serpent, but he was a man of color, because everybody at that time were people of color. Okay, but that same spirit came into Esau. You understand? That spirit of Cain, that spirit of the serpent, it came into Esau, man. You understand? And it's heavy because when the Lord brought us out of Egypt, what was behind us leaving slavery was not just the oppression and the bondage, but it was the sick culture and lifestyle that we were becoming accustomed to. And the Lord was bringing us out of slavery to come into rulership and let us know, for you to maintain rulership, and since y'all the greatest people on the earth, who I love above everybody else, above all nations, you can't do the ways of them damn Africans, man.
All right.
And the people that we were going to go to war with, the Canaanites. They were doing the same things, man. And that spirit that was in them is now in Esau. And Esau occupies this city, Tel Aviv, Jaffa. Okay? You understand? Now, this is an hour away from Jerusalem. You understand? But I'm going to play you another video in Jerusalem. Okay? What's going on in our land? Okay? Salakia. Get this going. And also, too, man, I want y'all to pay attention because, and I'm glad you're here, Carvazar. I'm glad you're here because you're about to see something, brother, that I looked up. It's going to blow your mind.
Most crazy.
It's going to blow your mind. Well, you know, I hear you saying, I understand why you said that, but it ain't the Most High Christ. It's Satan and the devil. All right? Now check this out, man.
Right now, I'm in Tel Aviv, the gay capital of the East. Have you ever wondered what makes Tel Aviv Pride so special? Did you even know that the word pride is originally coming from Israel? Watch this video till the end and I'll take you through the history of pride in Israel to Tel Aviv Parade.
Listen, I'm sorry. I know y'all hate when I pause the video and go. No sweat. Listen to me. He said, did y'all hear what he said? He said that the word pride comes from Israel. Now, I'm going to play it because he's going to show it. And I went and looked this up. That's why I asked you for the chart. I went and looked this up in the Assyrian, man. I'm going to let y'all see, man. But he said this is the history of pride in Israel. Man, give me Ezekiel 36:5, man. 36:5. We gotta have we gotta let the scriptures come out, man. This is the so-called Jewish man in our land. And Tel Aviv, next Jerusalem is second to Tel Aviv, is the capital for gays and homosexuals in the Middle East. Because even though Ishmael, they don't have the truth, they don't allow for that homosexuality in their countries, at least by law. I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes in their clubs and all that stuff in Jordan and in Saudi Arabia, but at least by law, it's illegal. But Jerusalem, Israel, has become the hub for sodomites, man. You understand? And we over here, the lost tribes of Israel, you understand? The nation of Israel, we're over here debating whether or not homosexuality is okay and transgenderism is okay for our kids, man. Our homeland is filled with cockroaches, man. Salakia.
Right.
It's filled with an infestation, man, of the wicked, man.
That's
What you pulling up?
I'm just.
Oh, Salakia. Check this out, man. Y'all check this out.
I'm Boris, I'm in Israel. If you want to know more about the life here, please make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a thing. Gay rights in Israel have progressed drastically since the years following the British mandate over Palestine, when homosexuality was outlawed. That was changed on the 22nd of March 1988, effectively decriminalizing being gay. And nowadays, Israel is the only country in the Middle East that recognizes same-sex marriage. The terms pride and proud in this context have been created in Israel as the result of similarity of words. Since homosexuals were labeled gay, Hebrew-speaking people noticed the vocal similarity of this English word to the Hebrew word gae, which means proud. Thus, the labels proud and pride parade emerged spontaneously and became international. Tel Aviv.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? The word for pride in Hebrew is gae, gay. Y'all can't tell me the Lord is not the power of Israel, man. This truth is not the truth, man. What else do you need to understand the times that we're living in, man?
Right.
Listen, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause it over that, man, so y'all can see that, man. I know y'all, any of y'all that'll be in Caucasize classes, let me pull it back. I'm gonna play it. Hold on, Salakia.
Pride and proud in this context have been created in Israel as the result of similarity of words. Since homosexuals were labeled gay, Hebrew-speaking people noticed the vocal similarity of this English word to the Hebrew word gae, which means
Good night. Let me get that back. Good night. Come on, this mouse is tripping.
Israel as the result of similarity of words. Since homosexuals were labeled gay, Hebrew-speaking people noticed the vocal similarity of this English word to the Hebrew word gae.
There we go. Now, this for y'all see this? This is the Strong's Concordance 11,343. Okay? And if I had the E sword up, I would show it to y'all. But it means arrogant and haughty. Okay, this word, this is an actual Hebrew word. It's pronounced gaya, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he gay, gaya. You know what I'm saying? But let me get into this though. Okay, you got that Ezekiel 36, right? 36 and 5. Okay, no sweat. Let me get into this, man, because I recognize something. The spirit of being arrogant and proud is a gay spirit.
Right.
Now, it's heavy because the scriptures say that a loud, proud, and clamorous woman is simple and knows nothing. Right? And I thought to myself, who do homosexuals imitate? Who do they imitate? They imitate women, right? But what kind of women? Do they imitate Asian women? Do they imitate East Indian women? Do they imitate white women? Now I'm about to go into the chat real fast. I don't know if anybody. I'm not in there right now because it's not coming up on the. We have any answers in there?
Come.
Who answered?
We got the sister Mariam. She said black women.
That includes Hispanics.
Right.
And Indians. That's all black. Black is not a color; it's a condition.
Right.
Because you deal with a Puerto Rican woman or certain Hispanic women, and they doing this with their neck. They doing this.
Right.
I ain't finna all that. Boisterous, flamboyant, you know what I'm saying, behavior, they imitate that. The spirit of an Israelite woman that is not quiet and meek Because the scriptures say that the Lord, he takes pleasure in a quiet and meek spirit, a humble spirit, a shamefaced spirit. You understand? And that's the spirit of Christ. That's the spirit of the ISUPK. That's with our daughters and with our sisters. You know what I'm saying? And our women in the truth, man. Is that quiet and meek spirit, a spirit of service, a spirit that seeks to serve their people and to put the work in, the brick in. Also, Salakia, shout out to the sister who bought the board for our for the La Shoah Kodash class for our school. Give her a hand clap, please. You know what I'm saying? Because we have, and also shout out to all the sisters in ISUPK, and especially in Texas, in our zone, that provide the camp meals for our brothers, man. That serve the Lord through serving their brothers and serving the men of the Lord, man. You understand? Who humble themselves and learn what their culture is and what their identity is as princesses of Zion, man. You understand? That contribute to the work of the Lord. But for the sisters outside of that, you understand? All they have is selfishness. All they have is themselves and being seen and wanting attention. And that's a proud spirit. And that's the same spirit that's in these homosexuals, man. So sisters, let me explain something to you. When you pop off and you start neck popping and doing all that kind of stuff, remember, that's the spirit of Satan. That's the spirit of homosexuality, man. You're actually teaching homosexuals an evil lesson.
Right.
You understand? You need to separate yourself from that spirit because it's a gay spirit.
Right.
It's a gay spirit, man. It's a proud spirit, man. You understand? And that spirit is trying to consume the spirit of Christ. It talks about in Revelation 13 how the dragon sat, you know what I mean, as the woman was ready to give birth, ready to consume the child. It's the same spirit that has our women down with the feminist movement saying, my body, my choice. Right. This baby is not a living thing. That's a proud spirit, man. Right. It's the spirit that puts the man outside of the house, you understand, and says that I can do this alone. I can do this by myself. You understand? It's the spirit that doesn't want to take direction and instruction from a man. Because a proud spirit doesn't want to take direction and instruction from the Most High, man.
That's right. Right.
That's what the Bible says, that God resists the proud. He resists that gay spirit. You understand? But he gives an opportunity to the humble, man. That's why, you know, Salaki, these fake Israelites, man, you always trying to find a way, you know what I'm saying, to find your relevance outside of what Christ said. You want to find somebody that didn't follow Christ and use that as proof that you know that you're relevant or you exist, and you come off gay. You're not submitting to the man who God chose. You're proud, man, and that's gay. Right. And eventually you're gonna become effeminate and become a homosexual, man. You know, you got these fake Israelites making that song. What's that called? F nigga free. F and F. Talking about what do you say? That you know, that's a scary Negroes.
Oh.
Talking about I'm FREE from Christianity. Yeah. You gonna remake a female song about their rebellion against men because you have a proud spirit. Because because the men of the Lord criticized you for being present in that environment where women were stripping and money was getting thrown at them, man.
Right.
So you went in the spirit of a woman and rebelled against your spiritual authority, man. Commander General, your honor, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And took on that gay spirit and don't even recognize how gay you look. A proud spirit is a gay spirit.
Right.
Biblically. Let's look at it again. A proud spirit is a gay spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Strong's Concordance H1434. Okay? Let's go ahead and continue playing this, man. We'll move on.
which means proud. Thus, the labels Proud and Pride Parade emerged spontaneously and became international. Tel Aviv Pride is the biggest pride parade in the Middle East and Asia, and one of the biggest parades in the world, with more than 200,000 participants every year. In the early years of the Pride Parade, the majority of the participants were politically motivated. The first event that many consider to be the first Pride was a protest in 1979 at Rabin Square in Tel Aviv. Another important milestone occurred in 1998 when Dana International, an Israeli trans singer, won the Eurovision Song Contest, raising public interest about transgender and LGBTQ+ people. You may even see the giant portrait of Dana International on the wall of Aguda, an Israeli non-profit LGBT rights organization based in Tel Aviv. The first official Pride Parade was held in Tel Aviv in June of that year. Since that time, gay parade takes place not only in Tel Aviv, but also in Haifa, Beersheba, and even Jerusalem. Just imagine, one of the most important religious cities in the world has its own gay parade. If you think that it's a great idea to make the video about Jerusalem Pride Parade, please write down your comments. And Tel Aviv is considered to be one of the main gay cities of the world. That's why the Pride Month is so busy here. I think this is my third Pride in Tel Aviv. The last year there was no Pride Parade in Tel Aviv because of COVID-19, of course, and this year Israel still remains closed and there are no tourists. Anyway, Tel Aviv Pride is a very special and great event. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, and there is a zero probability that the event will be cancelled because of the weather. If you want to enter the main area, you need to go through the security check.
Security check. What the hell? What security check? You got men in the land of Israel walking around with balloon balls and rod blown up on the beach, man, in our land, man. Read that Ezekiel 36, man, in 5. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 5, man.
Okay. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, the Lord God,
right?
Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
The residue of the heathen, go ahead.
And against all Idumea.
Idumea is the Greek word for Edom, Esau, the so-called white man, our oppressor. This is the Lord speaking, and he's filled with the fire of jealousy, man, because it's aimed at the heathen. Go ahead.
Come. Which have appointed my land into their possession.
Have done what?
Appointed my land into their possession.
You see it. Our enemies, the Sodomites, the homosexuals, have taken our land. Right. You know, people say all the time, well, y'all call yourselves Israelites. Why don't y'all go back to Jerusalem? Why don't you go back to Israel? Why would we? We would only be going there as tourists. Right. And listen, how would you like if you went away for a period of time from your house, right? And you came home and you saw people in your house butt naked, drinking, having orgies. You got feces on the wall, condoms everywhere. You understand? Everything is out of order. All the furniture is turned over. You will be disgusted by that, man. Right. But because we're so used to living in America, living in this hell, we're not even offended and disgusted that these imposters are in our land, defiling our land, man.
Right.
But see, I thank the Lord though. I thank the Lord because I know that these devils in our land and what they're doing in our inheritance means that Christ is coming. You understand? Because the scriptures say that when Sodom had sinned, that it had reached the heavens. And the reports that went to the Lord, that it was grievous and wicked, man. And Sodom wasn't even the land of the Lord. They're in the land of the Lord, treating it like Sodom, man. Right. You understand? You ask, how come we don't go back to Israel? Why would we, man? Right. Finish reading, priest.
Come. With the joy of all their heart.
with the joy of their heart. You saw that they're over there rejoicing in their wicked, bastard, profane lifestyle in our holy land. That city of Tel Aviv belongs to one of the tribes, man. And it's probably, and I'm not sure, but it's probably Zebulon by the coastline. It's a coastal city, a port city. That belongs to one of the tribes. And because we fell from our first estate and went back into the dust and didn't honor the laws of God, now we have goddamn heathens in our land, tearing everything up, man.
Right.
Doing whatever the hell they want to do. And then said it's the capital of sodomy in the Middle East, man. We're supposed to be a city that's set on a hill, man. And now it's a beacon for homosexuality, man. Because we are not in our position, man. Because we don't love God's law. Is there any more on that?
Oh, come. With despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
Read it again, sis. No. But I feel you. You in the spirit. Good night. Now you're gonna say it. Go ahead. This is wild. But I feel you. Definitely flipping tables. Not just flipping tables, but we getting the rope. You know what I'm saying? We hanging folks. We hanging folks from the street lights. The Lord, Salaki, the Lord is hanging folks from the street lights. The Lord is doing beheadings. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 6. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys.
Oh, that's it? Was that it? That was verse 5? That was it?
Come.
Oh, Salakia. Give me Isaiah 14:2. You asked why we don't go back to Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? The only way for us to go back to that land is through the power of the Lord. It's through the power of the Lord. Actually, give me Isaiah 14. Real fast, man. You know what I'm saying? You heard what they said. You heard what he said. That Israel came into play because of the Balfour Agreement through the British. After World War II, the British came together in a secret council and gave that land to Europeans, man. Right. Those are not the real Jews, man. You understand? And when we go back, it's going to be because the Lord put us back there. Isaiah 14:1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
He gonna have mercy on us, man. He gonna have mercy on those that fear him and keep his laws, man, and have faith in Christ. Go ahead.
And will yet choose Israel.
He's chosen us, man. He ain't chosen nobody else. Go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
Right.
And
he's gonna do what?
Set them in their own land.
The Lord is gonna set us in that land. We're not gonna go over there and let them tell us what this land is about on these tourist sites with these little fake holy sites and locations. Oh, this is where Christ was came out the cave. This is where he raised Lazarus from the dead. This is where he was. This is where he was born in the manger. Lying to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Making our homeland their tourist site, man. You know what I mean? The Lord's going to set us back in that land, and when we're set back in that land, we're coming in there as the rulers of that land. Keep reading.
Come. And the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right. We're not going there letting y'all tell us what this is about. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go there and tell you how things are going to run.
Right.
Because the way y'all running this stuff, man, you're bringing the destruction of the Lord on the land, man. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right. We're going to take you and bring you to your place, man. And that place is going to be a plantation, man.
Right.
It's going to be a construction site where your little fairy fruity pebbles behind is going to be carrying heavy stones and bricks, man. Right. We're going to have a bonzayon set over you, man. Stone weapon. He going to make sure that you carry them stones or you're going to feel a weapon, man.
That's right.
You understand? All right, keep reading.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
We're going to possess y'all, man. We're going to possess y'all, man. You're going to be our property, man. And we're going to use you as property to build up our property. Right. To build up what belongs to us, man. Keep reading.
In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, man, because you're not fit to be rulers, man. You're a disgusting people, man. a profane people, man, with no hope of repentance, man. Okay? Give me, you know what I'm saying? The fact that we see Israel in this condition, it should make our stomach turn, man. We should be getting nauseous looking at this. Give me First Maccabees, man, chapter 4, and then also if you can pull up that Wikipedia Maccabees, man. You understand? Because what's going on is we were kicked out of our land. You know what I'm saying? And put over here in this captivity because we didn't want to rule our land in righteousness, man. But now the Lord is giving us an opportunity in our captivity to bethink ourselves, to think on our condition, and come back to Him by Christ, man. To come back into our rulership and authority, to take our homeland back and to take the world back.
Right.
So we don't have to fear and worry about kids being brought to drag queen shows and drag queen library readings, man.
Right.
All of that will be outlawed because we'll be ruling the earth, man.
That's right.
We're not trying to vote for equality. We're not trying to have a place in this society to become a senator or a state representative or a governor or a mayor. You haven't achieved nothing. You're working for the beast. You understand? We want to be up under Christ, man. The government of Christ.
That's right.
That's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only way the world's going to change. The scriptures say that the whole of creation groans and moans, waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, man. You understand? The sons of the Most High, man, to put this earth back in order and to remove all this confusion. You got that, priest? First Maccabees. You got your apocrypha?
Come.
Oh, First Maccabees chapter 4. Verse 36, and then we're going to get to that Wikipedia.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 36.
This is when Matthias and his son Judas Maccabee and all their sons, Jonathan and Simon, the Greeks had taken over Jerusalem, taken over Israel, and they had done all manner of wickedness in the land. So Matthias and Judas Maccabees, they ran to the hills in rebellion and said, we're going to live according to God's laws on God's terms away from this madness, man. And they went to war with the Greeks. And they were victorious. The Lord gave them victory, man. This is why you have to have an apocrypha. You can't understand Paul's writings and the majority of the New Testament from Acts on unless you have the book of the Maccabees, man. Because Daniel prophesied of that statue, which was the Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity, you understand? The Greek captivity, and then the Roman captivity. Now, everything that Daniel prophesied was in the 66 books in the regular Bible that you have, except for the Greek captivity, man. And that will make Daniel out to be a liar. And he's not a liar. You know what I'm saying? They took out the apocrypha because they didn't want you to understand what Paul was saying. Right. They made you think that Paul was going to the white man.
Right.
When Paul was going to scattered Israelites, man. Israelites who had took on Greek as their tongue, but were not of that nationality, and took on their customs. Okay? Keep reading, priest. So this is when Judas Maccabee comes in and they took Jerusalem back, and they come back into their land to see all the mess that these damn heathens have done to our capital. Go ahead, priest.
Come, the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 36. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited.
Yeah, discomfited, which means they got slid on. You see when you get into an altercation and they start running, and they run in every direction because they didn't got they got dealt with. That's what discomfited means. Okay, go ahead.
Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
Right. We got to get this thing back in order. Go ahead.
Come, verse 37. Upon this all the hosts assembled themselves together.
The host is the armies. It was men who stood up, man, like the men in the ISUPK on the Commander General Yohana, man. Men who had the breath of life in them. Men who were not lying dead in the streets, man. The hosts, the armies of the Lord, man. The armies of those who love the law of the Lord. Go ahead.
And went up into Mount Sion. Verse 38.
Right.
And when they saw the sanctuary desolate and the altar profaned.
Right.
and the gates burned up,
right,
and shrubs growing in the courts as in a forest, or in one of the mountains. Yea, and the priest's chambers pulled down.
right.
Verse 39. They rent their clothes.
They did what?
They rent their clothes.
They tore their clothes, man. They were overwhelmed with grief by seeing the holy temple where the priests did the work of the Lord, where we did offered our sacrifices, where we had our feast days, man. It had been ransacked because the heathens it don't belong to them. It belonged to us, man.
Right.
It was our job to keep that and preserve that, man, to preserve our culture, and we handed it away to the goddamn heathens, man.
Right.
And now we watch these gay parades in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and we're just like, oh, that's disgusting. We should be tearing our clothes and praying, facing the east, and praying for the curses on these goddamn heathens, man.
Right.
That's what we should be doing, man. All a slave can dream about is his next lust to fulfill, man. But a free man, he thinks about rulership, man.
Right.
That he don't want nobody ruling over him except his true power. The Lord came to Egypt to give us freedom. And every time the Lord gave us freedom, we handed it away by taking on the customs and the wickedness of these nations, man. Right. The abominations, man. Go ahead and drop that. Give me that Wikipedia real fast.
Come. First Maccabees, according to Wikipedia, the first. Let me start from the top.
Go down to where it talks about how when what was going on when they took over our land, pretty much. I think it talks about like how when they made the gymnasium and how they try to put their culture in our land and doing all that wickedness, man. Let me see. I can get there with you. It's a lot here. Y'all bear with me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. All right. Let me see. All right. Dang, maybe it ain't here, but basically it talks about, it's okay. I it's here. It's up under the contents. Go down to the second paragraph. Okay. In the first chapter of Alexander the Great.
Okay, come.
Most High Christ.
In the first chapter, Alexander the Great conquers the territory of Judea.
Right.
And is later succeeded by the
Seleucid Antiochus.
By the Seleucid Antiochus the Fourth. Epiphanes. Mm-hmm. After successfully invading the Ptolemaic
kingdom of Egypt. Ptolemy was one of the generals. Seleucid was a general of Alexander the Great, and so was Ptolemy. When Alexander died, he gave his 4 generals the territories that they were ruling over, like his 4 generals. Okay, and Ptolemy had like Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Seleucid, I think, had like Minor Asia. Okay, but go ahead, preach.
Come. After successfully invading the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, Antiochus IV captures Jerusalem,
right, and
removes the sacred objects from the temple in Jerusalem.
Right. There's even I forget what stone it's on, but it's a museum where on this stone is carved is showing the Greeks walking out with our menorahs, walking out with the sacred vessels out of our temple, man. You understand? Which is a shame unto us as a people. Go ahead.
Come. Slaughtering many Jews.
Right. They massacred us, man. Go ahead.
He then imposes a tax and establishes a fortress in Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
Antiochus then tries to suppress public observance of Jewish laws.
Which is how the people in Galatia, Cappadocia, Thessalonica, Ephesus, what else? Philadelphia, every school that Paul set up, these were Greek conquered cities and provinces. Have you ever asked yourself, why is Paul going to these cities with Greek names, but Rome is ruling over? You understand? How come we don't say neither Jew nor Roman?
Right.
The explanation is in Maccabees, man, because it became illegal to call yourself a Jew. Okay? Salvation is for Israel. All right? Keep reading, priest.
Gonna come. In an attempt to secure control over the Jews. Oh,
no, you good. Keep going.
Okay, come. In 168 BCE, he desecrates the temple by setting up an abomination of desolation.
And that's in Daniel, the abomination of desolation. It's what these fake so-called Jews are doing in Israel right now, this gay parade, man, in the land of Israel, man. They're committing abominations before the Lord, man. And the Lord is going to destroy them. Keep reading.
Establishing rites of pagan observance in the temple.
Right.
Or sacrificing an unclean animal on the altar in the Holy of Holies.
Right.
Antiochus forbids both circumcision and possession of Jewish scriptures on pain of death.
Right.
He forbids observance of the Sabbath and the offering of sacrifices at the temple.
Right.
He also requires Jewish leaders to sacrifice to idols.
Right. Now hop down to the Hellenization.
Don't come.
Basically, he canceled out our culture and forced that Greek culture on us. And what are the Greeks known for? Homosexuality, sodomy, man. These famous philosophers like Socrates and Plato, you understand? They had what you call mentees. These were young men who they would train up in their form of philosophy. But not only would they train up in their form of philosophy, they would have sex with them, man. You understand? They would groom children. The old and the young. The old and the young. Pythagoras. When you studied up under Greeks, part of your tutelage was getting the toot and the boot. Okay? Wickedness, man.
Right.
In the ISUPK, man, we raise soldiers in righteousness, man.
That's right.
Look, man, the world needs a regime change, man. And that's Christ in the 144,000 ruling this earth, man. You want to protect your children, bring them to the ISUPK.
Right.
Sister, you want to protect your kids, come to the ISUPK, man. Learn about righteousness and morality. Brother, you want to have a change in the community? You tired of black men dying in the streets? You tired of seeing all this madness on TV? All this gay and sodomite activity on Netflix and these children's shows on Disney? Come to the ISUPK, man. Gather yourselves together. All this blackity black, people talking about building black schools. No, man. The ISUPK is the school where the Lord is at, where the Spirit of the Lord is at, man.
That's right.
The Spirit of Christ is at. That's what's going to overcome all this madness, man. The Spirit of Christ is the spirit of war. The scriptures say that when Christ comes, he comes to judge and to make war, man. We have to fight in war against this spirit because it's trying to kill and murder our children.
That's right.
Keep reading, priest. The Hellenization. Go ahead.
Con. Hellenization included the construction of gymnasia in Jerusalem.
They built gyms in Jerusalem. Now you would say, what's wrong with the gym? That's where you get your workout on, right? Sisters out there wearing your yoga pants. The brothers now wearing the Daisy Dukes up in the gym. They want you to see the cucumber challenge. Huh? Yeah. Sorry, brothers. You may show the sisters that, but you're showing the men that too. You're a homosexual, man.
That's right.
The women shouldn't be wearing Daisy Dukes. Well, maybe at home with their Lord. You understand? But they should be wearing that in public. Let them. Now you didn't copy their fashion. Did we just read that a man should not wear that which pertains to a woman? It's an abomination. But you esteem it. Why? Because you want to get some attention. Right. You want to have an Instagram post. You want to have a Snapchat post. Man, I'm taking my daughter to gymnastics a couple weeks ago, and brothers is walking in there with shorts. Good night, man. And I'm sitting there disgusted. And they over there, like the cucumber challenge. They over there stretching, holding the door all long, stretching for the women. I'm like, what is wrong with you, man? Thirsty. Do you see yourself? You're becoming a homosexual to gain the attention of women.
Right.
And let me tell you this: that spirit that's on women, where they want to get attention, let it be for righteous works. Because the Bible says that a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. She'll get the righteous attention. She'll get the acknowledgement because she's doing what the Lord said to do. Salakia, keep reading.
It's like if I could
Yeah, go
bring
ahead,
out
Reese.
the origin of gymnasium.
Huh?
The origin of gymnasium while we're on the topic.
Well, no, I was going to say it.
Oh, I was going to say, okay, most of
say, keep reading,
Salakia.
Among other effects,
Salakia, sir.
Hellenization.
Oh yeah, Salakia. Among other effects, Salakia. Among other effects, this discouraged the Jewish rite of circumcision even further.
Why? Why did having a gymnasium discourage the Jews' practice of circumcision? How come? Go ahead.
Which had already been officially forbidden. A man's state could not be concealed in the gymnasium.
In the Greeks' gyms, you had to be naked.
Good night.
You could not come in there with clothes on. All your working out, athletics, running, working out, you were naked. And so what else do you think was going on in the gym? Which is why I don't even go up in the gym lockers. That's why I don't like gyms like that, because they be up in there getting butt naked. And who's doing it? The white man and these stupid black men that follow them. Even in high schools, they do that, man. Having open showers for men to shower in, like in prison. It's a Greek concept that promotes homosexual activity. The scriptures say that a man is not to look upon another man's nakedness, man. I shouldn't be. You brothers out there who walk outside with your shirt off and your tattoos, you're trying to promote yourself for these women, or they gonna see my body, my frame, and I'm tough. You're gay. It's gay.
Right.
It's a proud and gay spirit. And you even walk like, yeah, my shirt's off. You proud. It's a gay spirit. You think you're being masculine, but you're being effeminate. It's a gay sodomite spirit, man. Looking for attention.
Right.
You ain't gotta be on Instagram like these girls with their one leg up for the My Little Pony shot. Yeah. With the hair bouncing, the ponytail, and the butt up with the leg up like a horse. The My Little Pony. That's what I call it, the My Little Pony.
It's a new one right there.
You know what I'm saying? Salakia, keep reading.
A man's state could not be concealed in the gymnasium,
right?
Where men trained and socialized,
had homosexual sex. When you see white people talking about socializing, it's homosexual sex, man.
Good night.
Keep reading. In the what?
In the nude. Good night.
Keep reading.
However, first,
it's about to get deep. We're about to get to some transgenderism in a little bit. Back in Greek culture. Keep reading.
Come. However, First Maccabees also insists that there were many Jews who sought out or welcomed the introduction of Greek culture.
Which is what you saw with that black family who had their infant and their toddler in the Dallas Drag the Kids Down to the Drag Show event. Welcoming and seeking out Greek culture, American culture, the oppressor's culture. Right. The Lord said to envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, man. You want to celebrate Christmas and Easter, and that's why you don't want to come into this truth? Because you can't celebrate your birthday? You are going to end up as a homosexual. Right. Man or woman. You're going to end up either as a lesbian or a homosexual, transgender, transvestite, whatever is across the board, man. You're going to cut your rod off. You're going to get a rod surgically implanted on you. You're going to wear a rubber rod. You are going to become a homosexual if you're not in the ISUPK. Right. Anybody outside the ISUPK is bound to become a sodomite on some level. because that's the spirit outside of the ISUPK. The spirit in the ISUPK is the spirit of Christ, man.
Right.
Keep reading.
Come on. According to the text, some Jewish men even engaged in foreskin restoration.
Read that again.
According to the text, some Jewish men even engaged in foreskin restoration.
Priest Barakia, hold on, let me get the mic over here. Priest Barakia just asked, how do you even do that? Foreskin restoration. Well, how does a man grow breasts and get a quabah made, a box made? How does that happen? The goddamn white man, the Greeks.
That's right.
They were so ashamed of their covenant and culture, yikes, that they had their foreskin restored. So when they were in the gym, they trimmed their ways. That goddamn untrimmed their ways, just to identify with their oppressor, man. First of all, why would you be up in that? Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I know. Listen, I know. Well, so like, I know I would have died with the Maccabees. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna go to a gym and run naked with some men and just so I'm embarrassed because I bear the covenant of my culture and my God on my rod, and I'm gonna go ahead to further be with them, to run naked with them, put some foreskin back on the rod, man. Listen, whoever these Israelites were was some hoes, man. They were some Salaki. I ain't gonna say it, man. I'm gonna be professional. They were weak. Right. They were weak men. This is disgusting. And this is what our people are doing. They are cutting off their rods, or they're raising their sons like Dwayne Wade. They cut off their rods. Weak men producing weak children, man. Zion is a victim. He's a victim of a weak father. A father with no integrity and who doesn't love his son, who doesn't want to protect his son. He rather expose his son to the demons and let the demons maul him. You know what I'm saying? Where he would destroy what God gave him to further his genealogy, man. His pedigree. Has him hating his own pedigree, his own means of inheritance, man, to give an inheritance to his children's children. This is what white culture does to God's people, man. It destroys the old and the young. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop that, man, because we already over time. I want to go ahead and just give me this. Golly, man. Listen, y'all can stay with me, or y'all can go to bed. I'm about to keep going. Give me Revelations 2:9. Salakia, you know what I mean? Because I gotta move through this. I ain't finna cut it off. The Lord gonna have His say. All day long, y'all gonna cut this class off and go put on a Netflix movie, and Satan gonna have his say. It's gonna be some gay commercial, some gay scene that you gotta watch. Well, we gonna go ahead and let the Lord speak, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna let the Lord speak, man. Prophesy to the wind. It can be one person in the class, no sweat. No people in the class. You know what I mean? We'll teach with the angels. Go ahead, man. Revelations 2:9.
Book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
Right.
And poverty.
Right.
But thou art rich.
Right. He's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. He knows our works, man, and our tribulation, what we're going through trying to live a righteous life in this wicked society, man. And though we seem like we're poor, we're rich. Because we know our identity, we know our culture, and we know our heritage, man.
Right.
And we have the truth. Keep reading.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, but are not.
These bastards.
Right.
These bastards right here, man, who call themselves Jews and are not. They're Amalek. They're Edom. You understand? They're Sodomites, man. You understand? Keep reading.
What are the synagogue of Satan?
This is the synagogue of Satan, man. The people who claim to represent God's people, they are the synagogue of Satan, man. They work for Satan. Okay? Keep reading.
Verse 10. Fear none of those things.
Oh, Salaki. No. Give me Revelations 3:9. They're the synagogue of Satan, man. When you come to the synagogue, when you come to the school, you're supposed to learn about the Lord's law. But instead, you're learning about Satan. You're learning about this man. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at this man as God's chosen people instead of seeing your brother as God's chosen people, man. You understand? The sons of God, man. You're looking at the white man as God's representative, man. And he's giving you the works of Satan to do, man. The works of the devil, man. His lust to fulfill. Revelations 3:9. Go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9.
Right.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
And are not, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But do lie.
But do lie. And what's the proof? They're in the Holy Land having a gay parade, man.
Right.
A gay parade. They lie. Keep reading.
Okay. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Right, man. Because check this out, man. It's already happened in the ISUPK. We have our oppressor come and bow down before our feet, man. The Lord is making it happen right now through the ISUPK under Command General Yohana, man. They come down to our campsite and they hear the children of the slaves, the prophets of the Lord, man. You understand? The priests of the Lord, and they hear the truth about how wicked they are and profane they are and how they're going into captivity and slavery, and they bow down to our feet. So the Lord is making it happen through the Spirit of Christ that's in us. But when Christ returns, he's going to make it happen at a larger level where everybody knows. He's going to make it on a worldwide level to know that he loves us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And he's going to make them bow down before us. Right now, they're in Jerusalem proud, waving their rainbow flags, man, desecrating the symbol that the Lord used to say that he would have mercy on our people by never flooding the earth again, man. You understand? And they take that and they twist it. But the Lord is gonna make them bow down at our feet, man. Keep reading.
Okay. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Right.
And to know that I have loved thee.
Right. That the Lord loves us, man. That he separated us from all these other wicked and heathen nations. But we have to love the Lord, and we got to be separate by keeping these laws, man. Keep going.
Verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Right, the word of my patience, man. Which is what? Isaiah 14. That he's going to have mercy on us, man. That he's going to choose us and set us back in our land. Listen, we are keeping the patience of the saints, man. That's the word of his patience, man. The comfort of the scriptures, man. That we won't have to endure, you know what I mean, this vexation, you know what I'm saying, of these abominations that we see in our city, amongst our people, man. Because we're keeping the word of his patience. We're keeping these laws. We're living by the statutes and the protocols, man. We're having brotherhood and loving each other, man. Keep reading.
Okay. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
What is the hour of temptation, man? It's what's going on right now, man. With the gas prices going up, food prices going up. People are going to use this as an excuse to be wicked, to rob, to steal, to kill, to follow after their lust, right? Because you only live once, everything's going to hell. I might as well act like a devil. But the Lord's going to keep the men and women in the ISUPK under Command General Yohana. He's going to keep us from that hour of temptation, which is on the earth right now, man.
Right.
What's the hour of temptation? You having to go through Netflix and YouTube and make sure what your kids is watching doesn't have any Halloween, Christmas, homosexuality, lesbianism. You understand? Pumping forth lasciviousness and lust-filled behavior in front of our kids' faces, man. It's the hour of temptation where you're being tempted to give up your morality and your righteousness to do what? To fall in line and conform to this world, man. The Lord will keep us who serve him in truth, man, in spirit and in truth. He'll keep us from that hour of temptation, man. Keep reading.
Which shall come upon all the world.
It's come upon all the world, man. And you see it. All the world. Here in America, there in Jerusalem, in Israel. You understand? The whole world is being tempted with this wickedness, man. With the temptations of Sodom, man. Keep reading.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
To try everybody that dwells upon the earth, man. It's going to be a test for everybody on the earth. And if you outside the ISUPK, you better come in here, man, and learn how to get equipped and how to fight these demons, because they're only going to get stronger, man. We're getting stronger in the spirit of the Lord, in the spirit of Christ. But these wicked people outside of this body are getting stronger as well, man. And you're going to end up becoming a victim. The only protection is in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana.
Damn right.
That's your only protection, man. Drop that and give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. And we almost out of here. Almost out of here. And the water for all y'all laboring with your, you know what I mean, with your brother and these priests, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the word of the Lord, man, it's going to fill this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? We filling these airwaves, the internet, you know what I'm saying, with the truth of the Most High, man. You got it? Go ahead.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters.
People try to come in here. You got these priests who are trying to make gay congregations, gay priests, gay pastors, and they want you to believe that you could go against God's laws and still be a part of God's kingdom. Number one, if you're not a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you have no connection to this covenant.
Right.
You have no connection to this inheritance. That's number one. Number two, if you're living like the heathen, you are considered a heathen to the Lord. You understand? You can't be a fornicator, a child molester, a person who commits incest, a person who commits adultery, homosexuality, lesbian or homosexual, and think that you're going to inherit God's kingdom, man. It's not going to happen. Keep reading.
Nor idolatry.
Right?
Nor adultery.
That means you Christians and you Muslims, you Buddhists. You're an idolater, man. You're not going to inherit God's kingdom. You taking another man's wife. For you wives, sleeping with another man that's outside of your husband. Right. Sex is marriage. If you lay with that man is your husband. If you step outside of that, you're not going to inherit the kingdom of God. Right. But what is the kingdom of God, man? The kingdom of God is the power of the Lord, the authority of the Lord expressed through his people, through his power structure, which we talked about. The Most High is over Christ. Christ is over man. Man is over the woman is over the children, man. That's the power structure. In us maintaining that power structure, and us keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and loving each other. Think about it. If we were gathered unto ourselves, man, if we just separated from this whole entire culture and did for ourselves. I saw a brother who went out to Flint, Michigan and invented a machine that makes water. I just watched a sister who I believe it was her grandmother or her aunt who had cancer, and she was an engineer. I think a physics engineer. She made a laser that shoots a photon into a metastasized cancer cell, and then when you shoot the laser on the photon, it burns up the cancer without causing any type of sickness to the person. So you know how people have chemotherapy, they inject that poison into their veins, and they lose their hair. She said, why do people have to lose their hair when they have cancer? There has to be another way. Of course there's another way. And she discovered it. The brother who got killed in the Buffalo shooting, the ex-cop, he made an engine that runs off water. We don't need our oppressor to thrive and flourish, man. Right. All we need is each other, man. Right. But what we do need is to keep God's laws, man. We're the salt of the earth, man. But we lose our savor and our flavor when we take on this blandness and the mayonnaise of our goddamn oppressor, man. The raisin and potato salad ass oppressor. Salakia. Keep reading, priest. If there's any more on that.
Nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Nor effeminate. You acting like you being a metrosexual. you know, with your pink sweaters and your tight jeans and your man purse, man. You're not going to inherit the kingdom of God. You won't have the power or the protection of the Lord behaving like that, man.
Right.
And if you abuse yourself with men, that's abuse. The Bible calls it abuse, man. It's man abuse. You're abusing yourself. Y'all need to stop this nonsense, man. And for us who don't partake in it, we have to take a stand and say that we're against it, man, and speak up. Okay, drop that and give me Mark 10:6. You know, they want to redefine, you know what I mean, the relationships between men and women. But we're going off of what God said, man. Go ahead and bring that out, priest.
The book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 6.
Right?
But from the beginning of the creation.
From the beginning of the creation, when God created everything in the beginning in Genesis, what?
God made them male and female.
No, he made them gender fluid. You know, it's a whole spectrum. What is a woman? What is a man?
God made them male and female.
That's right, man. God made them male and female, man. That's the relationship that the Lord set up. Male and female. So we could do what? Be fruitful and multiply. Right. That's the order of the Lord, man. And the white man tries to make himself God and change God's laws, man. Drop that and give me Jude 1:7. But there's a penalty for that. It's a penalty for that, man. It's a penalty for partaking in and taking on the sin of Sodom and the spirit of Sodom. The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7.
Book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner.
Uh-huh.
Giving themselves over to fornication.
Giving themselves over to fornication, man. Because see, you got people out there who think fornication is having sex before marriage. You can't find that nowhere in the Bible.
Right.
Fornication is any unlawful sexual act that's listed in Leviticus chapter 18, man. You understand? Sex with animals, sex with children, sex with your even if you marry a sister and her sister likes you, you can't marry her. That's a law because you'll vex your wife who is her sister. That's also a cut for multiple wives. If you marry a sister, why would he tell you can't marry her sister? That means you have two wives. He said you got to marry somebody else. You can't marry her sister. It's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Okay. Any unlawful sexual act is fornication. Keep reading.
Okay. And going after strange flesh.
Uh-huh.
Are set forth for an example.
You going after strange flesh? You looking at that man? You a man looking at that man and them goddamn daisies? And you want to go holler at him? You going after strange flesh, man. You sisters over there, I seen something where in Dubai where a Hamite woman, she was on TikTok on video confessing that they paid her $40,000 to make her have sex with a dog. And she's like, it was just with a dog. It was for $40,000. You went after strange flesh.
Right.
You goddamn ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Disgusting. Keep reading.
Are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
The vengeance of eternal fire. Let me tell you something, man. America is going to burn. Israel is going to burn because the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And the heaviest part is it's going to be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah than it's going to be for y'all because the prophets didn't come and warn nobody in Sodom. Lot was just living amongst them, man. And the Lord got fed up with that wickedness and he destroyed that city and the neighboring cities, man. You understand? The Lord is going to destroy America with fire, with nuclear fire, thermonuclear fire, man. Y'all ever seen Terminator? When John Connor's mama was having that dream and she was out there watching them in the playground and that fire came and burned her alive holding that fence, the Lord's going to purify his land and judge the whore, the great whore America, Babylon, with fire. You know what I'm saying? And Sodom and Gomorrah was an example of the judgment that's going to come. But you think the Bible is a book of fairy tales. You think it's old history. You know, times have changed. No, it's nothing new under the sun, man. And the Lord's judgment is coming. That's why this is a warning to all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Come out of her, man. That you don't suffer her plagues. That you don't suffer her judgments, man. Who is the her? America, Babylon, the great whore. Last one, 2 Peter 6 and 9. Is that wrong? Oh, good night. Salakia. Let's see. What chapter is it? Is in there? Must have been in a rush. Let me see. Maybe it's 2 and 6. Maybe it's a flip. I don't know. What 2 and 6 talking about? Oh, then that's the one. Salakia. Go ahead.
Book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes.
The Lord's going to turn America into ashes.
Right.
You understand? Just like how he did Sodom and Gomorrah. Go ahead.
Condemn them with an overthrow.
Uh-huh.
Making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
See, the Lord, evil is a requirement. See, if there was no evil, you wouldn't learn from doing wrong. The evil of homosexuality is AIDS. But what does the white man do? He makes medicines that help you deal with the disease of HIV and AIDS. So it becomes a livable thing. So you can continue to live ungodly. Instead of learning from the fact that disease, that plague came from disobeying the Most High. You understand? The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah was an example to all those afterwards, those who would come on later, of living ungodly. But we over here taking our kids to drag show queen story time with our children. You understand? Listen, just one more thing. Give me that article I gave you with Joe Biden. This is the last thing I'm going to say, and I need to bring this out, man. Parents, for y'all going to have to do everything you can to protect your kids, man, because this is a warfare. You're going to have to fight. Even if it comes down to homeschool, man. Now, I'm going to have this brother read this article, and then I think that's what we're going to close out. But you have to be willing to fight for your children, because this beast, this dragon, wants to consume your children. You understand? It wants to consume the spirit of Christ, because you raising up your children is vital that you teach them the truth. Go ahead and bring out that article out, man.
Go ahead. No free lunch. Biden admin will pull meal funding for schools that don't comply with this LGBT agenda.
They're going to pull funding from schools, federal funding for school lunches, free lunches, if they don't put LGBTQ curriculum inside of the schools, man. They want to make a separate course, like how you have social studies, science, right? English, right? Gym. They're going to pull funding for free lunch. Basically, your kids can't eat unless they learn how to become sodomites, man.
Right.
You don't get no bread unless you let your kids be educated and learn how to become a sodomite, man. But the scriptures say this, that man shall not live by bread alone, man, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God shall man live, man. You understand? War is at your front door.
Right.
And it's the old and the young. And you got to be willing to stand up, man. Your kids come home, Mommy, I think I'm a lesbian. Or they have a rainbow bracelet. You got to fight, man. Right. And the best way for you to fight is to come into the ISUPK. If you give a damn about your children. If you don't, then so be it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to become a dead body lying in the streets. Any more on that article?
It's a lot more, actually. It's a lot.
Yeah, go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and close out. Just go ahead.
The Biden administration is requiring schools to comply with its LGBT policies or lose billions in federal funding for school lunches.
This is what we're up against, man. The dragon. You understand? And that's why it's imperative, man. It's imperative that you meditate in the Lord's law day and night. Because in order for you to recognize the spirit of the world and the spirit of Christ, you can't know that without knowing the law. And the spirit behind the law. You understand? Go ahead, priest.
Well, Salaki, this is just proving that we're in hell and they're trying to keep us in hell.
Right.
Because they don't teach us, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know what I'm saying, to be able to file our taxes or to be able to invest or to be fiscally responsible. But they are going to stop feeding children for the sake of teaching them homosexuality.
Right.
Salaki.
No, that's not giving them a hand. That's a fact, man. And for some of y'all, it may come down to homeschool, man. You know what I'm saying? It may come down to homeschool. It may come down to you developing a curriculum based on the word of God and you know, YouTube University.
Right.
It's plenty of classes on YouTube where they just teaching strictly the subjects. You know what I'm saying? You put them in a math class, let them watch that math class. Texas is very Texas is losing their goddamn minds though. They want to succeed from the union, and they want to repeal the Voting Rights Act of 1964. Man, Texas is on some other stuff right now. You know what I mean? They want to be an independent nation, but Texas supports homeschool to where you can meet the state requirements at home. Some of y'all may have to do that because you're putting your children in the hands of a devil, and you'll end up coming home to kids who have the spirit of their father, the devil, man. You understand? But Salakia, we're gonna go ahead and close out. This is the ISUPK Colleen Wednesday law class. I want to thank everybody, you know what I'm saying, for enduring with your brother and with your brothers. You know what I mean? If you have any questions, put them in the chat, and then, you know, or anything of that nature, and we'll address those questions, you know what I'm saying, next week with one of the other priests, you know what I'm saying, mighty priests that teach. Also be aware of Monday scripture breakdown with Officer Rob, you know what I'm saying, camp leader of Colleen. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday is brotherhood class, you know what I'm saying, 8 to 10. Wednesday is the law class, 8 to 10. Also on Fridays, we have the Lashawan Kodash class. What time is that? From 6 o'clock till 8 or 7. Okay, from 6 o'clock to 7. And that's with Officer Karkazai, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so y'all tune into that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we gotta endure. We gotta fight our demons, and we gotta keep the spirit of Christ, man, which is the spirit of warfare. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to fight, man. You can't lay down and die. You understand? And if you want to learn how to fight appropriately and properly, you keep coming to class. Right, but with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class to Priest and Officer Karkazai for the security announcements.
These are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out on 1 West, 125th Street, in New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, a frugal offering for priests. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial of blowing of trumpets. The first day of the 7th month, Sunday, the 25th of September, 2022. Can be found in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 and 25. Remind Akwapin to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper to school, start wearing all black. Boot, shirt, pants, hairband, or scarf. And this concludes ISUPK security announcements.
Okay, the water priest. With that, I imagine, which means to stand in the Hebrew. Sar face the east. We're gonna do the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash,
Quadash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakmaka,
Malakmaka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazayaka,
Ratzayaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'aratazah,
Ratzazah,
Kawah,
Kawah,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashemayim,
Bashemayim,
Nathan.
Nathan,
Oh, Salaki. Nathan Lanawa.
Nathan,
Lakam.
Lakam,
Call.
Call,
Yawam.
Yawam,
Wasalak Yanawa.
Wasalakinawa,
Kabawath Yanawa.
Kabawakinawa,
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalakinawa,
Kabawath Yanawa.
Kabawakinawa,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Salaki. Taba'ah Yanawa.
Tabi'ayinawa,
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1,
Abal.
Abal,
Hawashaya Nawa.
Hawashayinawa,
Mayan.
Hayan,
Ra'ah.
Ra,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Laka.
Laka,
Hamalakwa.
Amalakwa,
Waha'ala.
Wahala,
Wahapapara.
Wahadabara,
La'awalamyum.
Alamim,
Aman in the
Aman.
English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be
thy
done
will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.